Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. So, welcome, you guys. We are back with shadow work. This is our part one series, right? This is going to be where we talk about emotional awareness, inner truths, and how to integrate our shadow. This is based on a new deck that I got for you guys. Because of all the love and support you guys have shown the channel, I have been able to obtain some new resources to be able to continue the teachings here weekly. So thank you so much, you guys, for all of your love, support, the energy that you pour into the channel and towards me, the financial blessings, the donations to the Cash App, to the Venmo. Thank you guys so much. It is truly a blessing. And thank you for allowing me to be here for you weekly on your own journeys for healing. So, like I said, I'm going to introduce a new deck to you guys. Also, because of the love and support at the end of each of our shadow work series, and you guys know now we have um, 3 shadow work series, right? And then we now have introduced on Thursdays our wounds to wisdom as well. So at the end of each shadow work series, I will introduce a oracle spread for you guys as a bonus. So during this one every week, I will introduce a past, present, future shadows and light oracle at the very end of each of these messages. So stick around, you guys, okay? For a little bit of more knowledge, a little bit more info that will be helpful to you on your journey, okay? But let's start with our new shadow work deck here. And let's see what comes out. Let's see what the energy of the collective is at this time, what you guys need to know, be aware of, that will help you guys along your way, along your healing journey, okay? Take what resonates, leave what does not. Welcome back, all of my current subscribers and followers. Thank you guys again for everything. And let's see what the majority energy is in regards to shadow. So understand, shadow, you guys, is necessary, right? We both and all of us have a light and dark side to us, or shadow side. And our shadow side, which can cause distress, it can cause anger, sadness, right? Usually it's based off of trauma experiences, things that have happened to us that caused heartbreak, etc. Understand that we need both aspects of self for survival. We just need to figure out how to balance, integrate it into our lives, because our shadow aspect is helpful when it comes to survival. Okay. So we need to be aware of those sides of us and know how to integrate and balance. So let's see what the overall energy is for the collective. Performer. Okay. Image management, validation addiction, emotional split. So this shadow aspect reminds me of the mask, right? Someone who wears a mask, or someone who is a people pleaser. So a couple of different shadow aspects this incorporates. But being a performer means that you are constantly trying to create an image that is going to be pleasing to other people. It has nothing to do with it being pleasing for you. And you do this because you need constant validation. You are addicted to being validated, your ego being stroked, as they say. But what this causes is an emotional split within, because you are working so hard to validate emotions based on other people's validation. The person who you truly are, your authentic self, is still being neglected. Okay. So, performer. So, this could be you, collective. This could be people in your energy or in your life that you know. So, just flip it where it goes, right? Again, this is not about taking anything as judgment or There's nothing to be offended by. This is about me sharing the knowledge so that you can figure out how it may apply to the people or you within your own life. Okay. This could just be somebody that you know at work, that seeks constant validation. So flip it where it goes. What else? Invisible one. Shrinking, hiding, fear of being seen. So these are kind of opposites, which is very interesting that they came out one after the other. So you have some people who will do anything to seek validation, who constantly need to be validated in order to feel special or to feel important or to feel seen. And then you have people who kind of shrink in the background and they hide. They have a fear of being seen because they don't feel good enough, because they don't feel they have anything to offer. They don't feel empowered to speak up for themselves or show their talents. So these are complete opposites of each other here. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Need to be right. Control, argument loop, fear of losing. So this has a lot to do with the ego. This is somebody who does not have an open mind, is not open to new perspectives, is not open to seeing things from another person's perspective, or this is a person who has the inability to put themselves in other people's shoes, because they always feel that whatever they say is correct or right. They want to keep control over every situation. They want to be able to manipulate the situation so it always works in their favor. This is someone who does not like to lose. In their mind, they have a fear of losing. So again, they create an argument loop where they will always seem to be the person who has the right perspective or the right words, or made the right decision. Okay. What else? Shamed for being you, humiliation, inner critic, identity suppression. So this is also about wearing a mask because you are ashamed of your authenticity. This comes from a fear of being humiliated, a fear of someone making you feel a certain way about a characteristic or something about you that makes you unique or authentic. And so because you have a shame around this due to the opinions of those external factors, you now want to wear a mask over your face in order to suppress your identity or to suppress this part of you. Most of the time, again, this is based on external factors. It's based on other people's opinion. It is not based on fact, because an opinion is not fact. It's just an opinion. It is just a different perspective. So this is about you needing to be empowered and believe in who you are individually as a person, not needing to seek validation, but also not being invisible, not feeling like you have to hide who you are because you fear judgment. This is a form of control. People will make you feel or try to make you feel humiliated, judged. Some people do this as a ritual in order to make you have low self-esteem. People actually feed off of this type of energy. So as soon as they try to humiliate you, or a bully bullies you and they see that it works or it causes distress in some way, that is the energy now that you are giving off. It feeds the other party's ego. So in order to take away that power and get your power back, you need to be true and stand 10 toes down for who you are and not be ashamed of those things that make you uniquely you. Anybody that tries to humiliate someone else about something, a characteristic, a physical attribute, anything along those lines that may not be considered the norm. Anybody who feels like they can try to humiliate someone because of these things, to me, is a coward. And to me, that tells me they have a list of insecurities that go way beyond yours, collective, that they are trying to hide. Most of the time, these are the performers. Attracting wounded partners. This is a big one. Unhealed self, trauma bonding, mirror effect. Yes, I think if anybody has gone through this process of healing, if anybody in the collective, which I believe most of you guys have, if you're listening to this message, it's telling me that you are trying to figure out what those blockages are. It is telling me that if you're listening to this message, you are someone who has self-realized your own trauma, and you are trying to find a way to heal the blockages so that you can start to make better choices. One of the blockages comes from trauma, and this is where you attract the same type of person, the same type of personality, even if they are in different bodies. And wounded partners are attracted towards you when you are unhealed, when you have not dealt with your own trauma. So they become a mirrored effect, someone who shows you that side of you and mirrors it back to you. They become a trigger. Most of the time in these type of situations, if you happen to be on a twin flame journey, most of the time, if you do meet your twin flame, they become a trigger. And usually they push you into your dark night of the soul. They push you into your healing. So in a way, it is a blessing because it mirrors to you things that maybe you didn't understand, recognize, couldn't see about yourself. But yes, attracting wounded partners comes from being unhealed. And you create a trauma bond based on similar experiences. And again, these can be blessings if they push you into growth, but they also can hinder you and cause stagnation if you don't heal from them. Okay. Numb one. Disconnection, emotional freeze, avoided coping. So this comes from trauma, being numb to your emotions, not wanting to feel, finding a ways to avoid emotions, deep emotions. It's coping by avoiding, and you just become numb. You have no feelings for others, no empathy. You don't have deep connections with people because you don't want to be bonded with them, because every time you have in the past, you have been heartbroken, you have been disappointed. People have literally tried to destroy you. So basically, your emotions are null and void. They don't exist. You don't feel them. And this is a form of defense against pain, against being hurt again. Not everyone will understand. Isolation, authenticity, and self-trust. So this is something that you need to be okay with incorporating into your life at some point. Not everyone needs to understand your choice to isolate. Most of the time when you go into isolation, it is because you are trying to heal. It is because you're trying to understand who you are authentically. And this is about also regaining trust of self. Check out my weekly oracle message where I touch on that. It is about trusting yourself first. Before you can trust anyone else, you have to know that you can trust yourself. And that means you have to be able to give yourself love. This means you have to fall in love with you again. And sometimes it takes being in isolation in order to figure out who you are again and who you are to you, not to everyone else, not based on everybody else's opinion. Who are you to you? Okay. So not everyone will understand. And it's not a requirement for people to understand you, collective. Okay. Fear of intimacy, vulnerability, exposure, fear of connection. This is usually based off of trauma. Most of the time, it starts in childhood to teenage years age. Something that has happened between you and someone that at the time you trusted on an intimate level, emotional intimate level. So this could be a parent, mother or father. This could be a romantic partner. but it is based off of a trauma or disappointment that has happened within an intimate connection. It doesn't have to be sex involved for it to be intimate. Again, this could just be emotional intimacy, a close bond. And there was trust broken within that connection. And at the time, you were very vulnerable. You were open to being vulnerable because you thought you were with someone who you could trust, but you were basically now exposed. And that particular person or situation, it broke the trust. It betrayed you in some way. So now you have a fear of being close with other people emotionally, emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, depending on the type of trauma it was. So most people become numb after this type of trauma. Then now they fear intimacy. And when you fear intimacy, you now close off your heart. You don't allow love to come in. You don't allow support to come in. And if it does come in, even if it is genuine, because of the trauma, you don't trust it. You think it is always going to be deceptive because in the past, 8 times out of 10, it was deceptive. You have forgotten about the 2 that were actually good because all you see is the ones that did not work. This reminds me of the 5 of Cups energy. The person who was focused on all of the situations that didn't work, but right behind them, there are 2 situations that are still in the upright that are still there to support, or that could support if they would just turn around and look. Okay. And even the position the person is standing in, it reminds me of the 5 of Cups energy. Okay. What else? Get a few more. Then we'll talk about the strengths and abilities to help. Lashing out. Okay. Anger, deflection, emotional armor. Again, another form of a defense mechanism because of hurt. Anger comes from sadness. Anger is covering up true heartbreak, sadness. That's where anger comes from. It is a buildup of not being able to express your sadness or how you truly feel disappointed. So you become angry and you lash out in other ways. This could be words, this could be behaviors. But it is a deflection of the sadness that you are truly feeling. So, what is it that made you feel sad or heartbroken? What is it that disappointed you? That's the question that needs an answer and that needs resolve. Not why are you angry? You got to go back and start at the actual root. Why are you sad? Why are you feeling hurt? Why are you disappointed? Because anger is covering up your sadness. Okay? It is your emotional armor. It is because you don't want to be vulnerable in that moment, because you've been vulnerable, right? And like we just talked about, you were absolutely disappointed, betrayed, hurt, being emotionally open with that particular person. So now, this going unresolved here causes anger. It causes you to lash out. It causes you to act out in behaviors and ways that are not normal for you, but it is because you are covering up your sadness. Texting storm, panic, over attachment, abandonment, alarm. So this is a situation where someone is going into a place of wanting a separation from another person, and out of panic because maybe the person is not answering their phone calls, not calling them back, they start a texting storm. And this is based off of panic. This is based off of the person being overly attached to you. Again, this could be you collective or somebody that you know and an experience that you've had with someone. And it is because they have a fear of abandonment. It is because the thought of you walking away or them walking away from you terrifies you because of a trauma of abandonment. It's a wound that's been there since a younger age that was never resolved. So going into isolation terrifies a person with an abandonment wound. Somebody cannot be in isolation if they always need someone around to feel whole or feel protected. But you cannot also be in isolation with a wound that has not healed. This is why when people go through a dark night of the soul, it is terrifying because there's nothing that they can depend on that they usually lean on as a crutch in order to heal. You cannot heal where you have been broken. You have to separate yourself from the people, places, or situations where your where your hurt and trauma took place. Most of the time, that means being in isolation. But somebody who has a fear of abandonment, instead of going into isolation, they go through the panic of a texting storm and they start saying any and everything to try to hold on to another individual. Or if that does not work, they will find themselves jumping into a rebound connection just to say that they still have someone in their life. So many people have this fear of being alone, when in reality, collective, we are never alone. Being in isolation, it doesn't mean that you are truly by yourself, because you always have your spirit team, you always have the Most High God, you always have your ancestors to support you. But most of the time, again, people need something physical, something tangible to not feel alone when there is an abandonment wound. So they will jump into any relationship or be with any person that seems okay enough at the moment and end up putting themselves in a much worse situation that they just cannot get out of. And sometimes that turns into a child with someone that you don't want to be with. Hold your inner child. Love, safety, and reparenting. And to end this spread tells me this is where this begins. Our inner child wounds, not being loved properly by a parent or a guardian, going through a traumatic experience with a parent or guardian, and that could be physical for a lot of people, emotional for the majority of people as well. Okay? So now that these wounds are here, you are now becoming an adult and you have not addressed or healed these wounds. And for some adults, confirmation, thank you, Spirit. And for some adults, sometimes you just need to hug your inner child. That means reprogramming how you see love, because most of the time it is toxic. The way that you express love, the way that you expect to receive love, it's toxic. It is based on abandonment. It is based on fear. It is based on people pleasing. It is not based on you just being your authentic self. And that is because at a young age, someone told you or made you feel you were not good enough. Someone told you or made you feel like you had to please them to be valuable. You were not provided safety in a lot of situations, and traumatic things happen to you because somebody did not protect you as a parent should. So now there is no trust in other people who now say they love you, because what you recall is that the person who was supposed to love you did not protect you, did not keep you safe. They walked away from you when you needed them most. They abused you physically, sexually, emotionally. So your inner child is who's hurt, who is sad, who is angry, and who now as an adult is lashing out. This is where your healing needs to begin. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Lonely child. Victim. And you're trying to escape these feelings right here. Right here. Okay. So, what are the strengths and abilities that can help dealing with these particular wounds, shadow sides of you? And collective, please understand, right? There are more people than not with a lot of these similar wounds, experiences. This is why on this channel specifically, I always say this is not about judgment. This is about giving you the information necessary to recognize so that you can take the knowledge, the wisdom, and apply it to your own life. My subscribers, you guys are amazing and you're there for me. But understand that the purpose of me being here is to truly give you what I didn't have, the knowledge to understand why I acted in certain ways, why I felt certain ways in certain connections, why I kept attracting certain partners. Because once you have the knowledge and you can now understand the core origin, you can now work to start to slowly heal them. And healing is constant, is not linear, but it is something you work on consistently. Healing is never over. As I am doing this with you, I am also still healing certain parts of myself that I am now accepted, but I now know how to express in a healthy way. This is what I want for you. Oh, wow. Commitment to self. Thank you, Spirit. Commitment is the key to long-term success. Are you hesitating to make a decision? Are you hesitating to make a decision to heal? This is what I'm feeling in this case. Commit fully to a path and you'll see the results of your dedication. So until you decide that you want to heal and you are ready to commit to yourself, this is not about commitment to anyone else. This is about your commitment to you. You got to start there, collective. Guilt, a huge one. Guilt can hold you back. Are you carrying the weight of past decisions? Forgive yourself and move forward. Only then can you truly grow. Cupid deep challenge. Challenges in love are testing you right now. And this could be love, romantic love. This could even be love in family, friendships. It doesn't matter. Love. There's a wide variety of different types of love, but you are being challenged in matters of love right now. Are you facing difficulties in a relationship? Don't shy away from this. Facing these challenges head on will strengthen your bond. Some challenges can be overcome and some cannot, but you need to trust yourself. Okay? I just said that too. Trust in yourself before anyone else. Trust is essential for moving forward. Are you doubting the path ahead? Have faith in the universe's plan and in yourself. Take the next step with confidence. Like I said, trust in yourself and go through your transformation. On the other side is this beautiful butterfly. You are undergoing a profound transformation. Some of you guys are in the midst of going through this right now. Congratulations. You are supported. Even if just energetically, you are supported. Okay? Have recent changes made you uncertain? Embrace the shifts. They are guiding you toward personal and spiritual growth. Synchronicity surprise. Life's coincidences are often the universe's way of guiding you. Have you noticed unexpected synchronicities? These signs may be helping you find your path. Okay. So don't ignore those. Look up those angel numbers, those repeating numbers. It's meant to give you clarity. Thank you, Spirit. I love how you always have my back. These synchronicities are here to give you clarity. Clear vision is leading you forward. Have you been feeling uncertain? Clarity is emerging. Take action with confidence and trust in your path. Trust, you guys. Patience. Be patient with yourself, collective. Like I said, healing, it never stops. But be patient with yourself as you figure out how to heal. Healing doesn't happen the same for everybody. Patience is key to achieving your goal. Have you been feeling restless? Trust in the process and wait for things to unfold. Great outcomes take time. Okay. One more, please, for the collective. Illusion. What you see may not always be the full picture. Are you caught up in a false image or misunderstanding? Look beyond the surface and the real truth will reveal itself. So some of you guys need to look beyond the illusion that's being shown to you to truly find the answer that you need. Illusions are everywhere. People create them in our lives all the time, expecting us to just go with whatever they're saying. It's time for you to figure out your own truth, collective. Okay? All right, let me get you your archangels that'll help you this week that you can call on if you need. What archangels can help the collective this week with their shadow work? Okay. Number 47, we have Archangel Vehuia. Aries is significant here. Angel of willpower and new beginnings, motivation, ambition, new start, aspirations, new projects, attaining goals. I infuse you with creative passion and energy to start and successfully complete new projects. Amazonite, today's the day, and success. Beautiful. So some of you guys are working on some new projects or you're thinking about starting some new projects. If you need direction, if you need motivation, yeah, this is the Archangel to help you obtain those goals. 47 could be significant. You could be 47. The number 11 could be very significant, which is about ascension. And again, beautiful Archangel to call on. 1111. Wow, 1111, you guys. 47 breaks down to 11, and then we have another 11. Archangel Chamuel, Gemini energy, angel of divine partnerships. Ooh. So some of you guys, as you are going on your healing journey, what I'm getting is you have someone that is a divine partner who is also on the same trajectory. So you guys are mirroring each other, heading towards each other possibly right now. Very good. Oh, yeah. I didn't even see the couple here in the beautiful. So this is the archangel that is watching over your divine connection that is coming towards you. Beautiful. Love it. Divine love, twin flames. We talked about the twin flame journey here. Peace, union, unconditional love, mission, harmony. I help open the fourth chakra and raise your frequency to that of divine union with your beloved other. Rose quartz is significant. You guys, I love this. Rose quartz, it's shaped like a heart. And I put this specifically in the messages so that, wow, divine love. So rose quartz is significant. Maybe you carry rose quartz, you wear it somewhere. Perfect timing and trust. Trust is very, very significant right now. To trust the path, to trust the direction that you're going, to trust that your work is going to get you where you really need to be. Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Spirit. Confirmation. The honk outside. Thank you. I love it. All right. So let me get you your animal spirit. And then, like I said in the beginning, I will get you guys a bonus past, present, and future Shadow and Light Oracle. So you have two that came out for you collective right now. Okay. Gazelle, which I believe is fire energy, and then we have bear, which is earth energy. So you may have fire or earth aspects in your chart. Okay. So let's see what your advice is from the animal spirit. This was a great message, and I'm very excited. I feel like some of you guys have a divine union coming in towards you. As long as you continue to put in the work, as long as you continue to work on your healing. Yeah, and I feel like it's closer than you think, to be honest. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so let's start with the gazelle. And again, this is fire energy. Heightened awareness and ability, vulnerable. We talked about being vulnerable as a part of your shadow that you're afraid of. So this might be helpful if that is you, collective, okay? The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, you are graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, and racing minds. So some of you guys are having trouble sleeping. A lot of you guys are feeling anxious and worried about a particular situation that you need to address. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. Some of you guys are looking for comfort. Again, I feel like your inner child needs to be held. And I feel like this is why you are feeling anxious, you're feeling out of balance, because you're just needing those simple pleasures of a nice, comfortable home. And it doesn't matter the size. I think people get it twisted and they feel as if just because the house is bigger, it means it's more comfortable. No. Who lives in the home? How do you feel when you are inside the walls of the home? Because sometimes a home on the outside is just a house when you walk in it. Lacking love, emotional connection, comfort, nurturing. You should feel confirmation. You should feel safe when you walk into the walls of your home. This should be where you can always be your true, authentic self without question, without judgment, where you can let down your hair, as they say, after a long day. Home is so important, and it has been important since you were a kid. Bear, earth energy, waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear rises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. Beautiful confirmation. Like I said, you guys are right next to each other, going through your transformations. This is what I was feeling. So you are awakening right now. This is a very important time. And in the beginning, because this is new to you, it's going to seem difficult. It's going to seem hard, and you're going to want to give up, but don't, collective, okay? The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles. But you have no choice, Bear. Winter wanes, The warmth of spring emerges and your transformation begins. When in balance, you have inner strength, yearning to grow. So some of you guys are feeling that you are ready for growth. You're ready for a different version of your life, of yourself. And it's something that you can't ignore anymore. When out of balance, you're withdrawn, lethargic, and there's a heaviness that's on your shoulder. To bring into balance, you need movement and exercise. So some of you guys may just need to get outside, just move around a little bit in order to kind of stretch, your energy, I should say, not just your body. All right, give me a second, collective. So I can get you guys your bonus past, present, and future spread here. But this is an amazing message. I'm so excited for you guys. Okay. Again, you are fully supported here on this channel because growth is not easy. Accepting that you need to heal is hard, right? Because it means that we're not perfect, and perfection is an illusion of itself. So don't ever feel alone in your healing, in your journey, collective, because you are not. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's get you guys a 3-card spread here. Oh, okay. Past. Number 43 could be significant, 34, or the number 7. Okay. Okay. Present. Number 33 could be significant, spirit support, address of alchemy, release your power. 43 is pink lotus fairy, a time for spirit. Okay. One more, please, for future. Oh, this one jumped up, so I'll take this one. Beautiful. Number 19, aloha healing, amara di manehun. Confirmation. So these are the ones. Confirmation again. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, got it. Let's go. So the first one out, this is your past, this is present, and this is future energy. So let's start with 43, collective, the pink lotus fairy, a time for spirit. Okay. So what is the message for the collective from your past? Spiritual quest, travel, calm, relaxed yoga pose, self-love, and self-acceptance. Third eye and crown chakra activation, chakra awakening, connection to all, crown chakra connected to the universe, receiving universal love messages, self-connected peacefully to the earth, peaceful flowing energy in the body, tranquil, sublime spiritual moments of connection, blessings showering upon you due to correct relationships with body and soul. On your journey, on your quest, there are times when it is worth finding that very heavenly place within where the soul of love resides. In this blissful state, this nirvana, you'll be nurturing. Some new, very enriching and exciting information and guidance will come to you. So it would be very helpful for you to take up yoga, Pilates, right? That physical exercise that we talked about, right? That has a spiritual practice attached to it in order to cultivate your inner peace and to receive these messages clearly. Soon, a teacher, guide, or mentor will enter your life. When you meet that person, know he is here to demonstrate ways for you to find your own path and to grow and evolve into being who you are meant to be. So in the past, I feel like this is where you started to see the synchronicities. This is where you began to get more in connection with spirit, with the earth. You started to practice using your chakras. Your chakras became activated, collective. And this is where you started in the past. Okay, perfect. So this is your current moment. This is Dress of Alchemy. Again, number 33, release your power. Okay. It is time for you to celebrate who you truly are at this time, to acknowledge you have some energetic debris that needs to be cleared. And when you do this, the gold of who you truly are will shine through. just as these alchemical symbols shine from my dress. It is no longer possible in this new energy to hide who you are. You must take the time to be truly yourself. There is no cloak to hide within. As you can see, this dress I wear reveals all my magics and all my secrets. The secrets and the wisdoms of the ages are being revealed now more than ever before. When you have cleared your energy field of the guilt, the fear, the jealousy, and the envy, you will be able to shine brightly too. Confirmation. So, right now in this moment, this is a time for you to acknowledge and be proud of who you are and show who you are authentically. After you have healed and dealt with clearing out guilt, fear, jealousy, and envy, you will be able to shine brightly too. This is your moment right now to do so. Wow. Okay, then we have 19, Aloha Healing. And this is your future energy. Okay. It is time for a guilt-free timeout for you, when you will invite the energy of Hawaii and more self-nurturing into your life. So Hawaii is very significant to some of you guys. I love Hawaii. It's such a beautiful and amazing island. It's absolutely beautiful. All of them are beautiful, but Maui is my favorite. It is time to discover and fade out those voices that say you must always work hard and be stressed to achieve what it is you wish for. I am of a time and a place where time moves in its own way, where you are at one with the natural world, and where your body and soul are entwined in unison and singing the most beautiful song. You need the power of sunshine on your body. Please give yourself a sunbath, a natural energetic healing of pure golden light, and feel the radiance warm your bones and fill you with joy. This is about eating better, more fruits, drinking healthier juices and smoothies, taking dance lessons, having a tropical bath with flower petals, and bringing the energy of a waterfall into your life. It is about taking better care of you, the healing. This is where you are headed, collective. This is exactly what we've been talking about, your transformation. This will be what becomes important to you as you begin to heal. And like we said here, get rid of the guilt, the shame, the jealousy, the envy, the need for revenge. Get rid of those energies to allow yourself to begin to heal and take better care of yourself in the future. And Spirit is here to support you in your journey on your path. You need to trust yourself, trust the universe, trust Spirit. All right, collective. Thank you for being here with me for Shadow Work Part 1. I pray that the message was useful, you guys. You know, I love your comments. I love that you let me know about it. You guys send me so much love all the time, and I send it right back to you tenfold. I hope I see you in Shadow Work Part 2, but if this is where I leave you, I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.